As a wrestler, there's a lot of times when we're in big, high pressure matches. What I mean by that is, let's say we're in the state tournament and we're in the semis, or we're in the state tournament and we're in the state finals, or we're at the national level and we're wrestling some really tough opponents. And there's a certain amount of pressure that we feel, and to an extent, yes, it's kind of built up in our head, but also wrestling's a unique sport where you get 6 minutes against this guy, and there's not a lot of room for mistakes. And you either succeed in this 6 minutes, 7 minutes, if it's in college, or you don't. And then that opportunity might not ever come again. So, yes, there is a real level of pressure that you have in the sport of wrestling. Now, number one, how do we manage that? We can manage that by relying back on believing in ourselves and what we've accomplished up to that point. If I believe in the training that I've done, if I know that I've done all that I can do in terms of technique, in terms of mindset, strength conditioning, nutrition, and I haven't faltered from my process at all, then I can feel confident in the preparation that I have done. And then when I put my foot on the mat, it doesn't matter how good that guy is, because it's more so about what I bring to the table. I'm thinking about me. I'm not thinking about him. I'm thinking about what I'm going to do to him, not what he's going to do to me. A lot of coaches get that backwards. We don't want to think about other people while we're on the mat. We want to think about what we can do. Sure, I have the awareness of maybe they're good at a single leg, but I really don't care, because I'm going to go out and fight that guy, and that's what I care about the most. So if you can focus on your fight and focus on your effort when you're out in competition, then that takes a lot of the pressure away. But the second component is, if there is pressure, right? Pressure is a real thing in wrestling. If you have that kind of pressure in any of those big matches, we need to be able to handle that. And let's say that we weren't quite prepared for how a guy holds position really well, or quite prepared for how somebody gets a hold of our arm, or maybe they're a little bit stronger than we thought they were. And overcoming that pressure means keeping your head on your shoulders and making mid-match adjustments. If you can make mid-match adjustments and adjust to those certain things that you weren't quite prepared for, then that is what's going to help you be most successful. So if I'm wrestling somebody and they're a little bit stronger than I thought they'd be, and I'm not quite able to get them out of position, that is fine. But I can't go attack them the same way if the way I've been doing it isn't working. You need to adjust. You need to find another way. There's always an answer to a problem as long as you're willing to get out of your own way and figure it out. So if I'm wrestling somebody who I can't get out of position and they're a little bit stronger than me, shooting underneath of them and continuing to shoot, that's not going to help. What I need to do instead is chain wrestle. Open them up, get them to bite on my face, get them a little bit top heavy so I can move around, wrestle on the outside. If you're wrestling somebody who's strong, generally they're not going to be as fast. If somebody's fast, generally they're not going to be as strong. And somebody who's powerful generally doesn't have good conditioning. So by understanding those things, we can exploit their potential weaknesses. But again, we're not focusing on them. We're focusing on us. I'm going to attack those things, but I'm also going to focus on what I'm going to do. Focus on my fight. Focus on getting to my shots. Focus on getting to the outside. Focus on dominating position and always looking to score.